Hello and welcome to Business Tip Tuesday. And today's tip is to have a contract. And I know a lot of people, and I especially know in the balloon industry, a lot of people shy away from the contract, having a contract. And I want to caution you against that. Contract basically lays out what is expected from both parties and how the situation is to operate and how the situation is to be resolved if something goes wrong. So you want to have a contract in place because, if something goes wrong, you don't want to be in a position to where you're not protected. You don't want to be in a position where all of a sudden what you thought was very clear between you and the customer turns out that it wasn't very clear, and now that person's upset, that person is suing you, something happened, there was, damage that happened if you were, on an on-site type of situation. If you have a business and the person felt like the result that they were expecting wasn't what they received, all kind of things like that are very easily resolved by having a clearly worded contract. Now, a contract can't cover everything, but a contract can, one, create like a just an overall scope of what was to happen, which is helpful if it does come to the point of a lawsuit, even if everything is not covered. If you have the that groundwork there, at least a judge can kind of look through that and see, okay, well, this is I can get an idea of what was supposed to happen here. It's just a protection. It's just an overall protection for all parties involved, because this is a document signed that clearly says that both parties agreed to these things. I don't understand not having it in place. I urge anybody that's doing business to have some sort of contract in place. And I also urge you to take that contract to a lawyer to review it. Because a lot of times what people do is say, well, can I see your contract? And then they copy that contract. Well, you may be in a different state. You may be doing something different than what I'm doing. Or you may have made up the contract to begin with. It may have never been reviewed by a lawyer. And it may not be admissible in your jurisdiction. So you want to make sure that you get a lawyer to look at the contract, and you want to have a conversation with them about the concerns specific to your industry, because they may know overall the legal terms, but they may not know the things that tend to come up in your particular industry that you want to point out and make sure that they are clear between you and that client. But you just always want to know that you're covered and that you're not in a situation where, because it's not written anywhere, there's no real proof that this is how this was supposed to work. So contracts are very important, and they're important to the client too, because it tells the client how to navigate through a situation as well. So if you have a cancellation policy, that's listed in the contract, so the client knows, well, I have this many days to cancel and get a refund. I have this many days to cancel and get a partial refund. They know how to navigate that system based off of what your contract is and your terms and agreement. So I urge you to take some time, work on getting a contract. You can, a lot of times some of the incubator programs, or SBA, or, programs that are set up for small businesses can help you either in creating this or in getting in touch with lawyers that are, have reasonable rates for small businesses, or that specialize in working with small businesses. So look for those resources to help you. I know I've heard some people use LegalZoom, or there's some of the legal programs that you can pay a monthly membership fee to. however you get it done, go through the process and make sure you have contracts drawn up for your different scenarios with your clients to make sure you're protected, they're protected, and everybody is clear about what is going to transpire. So that is my tip for today, and I'll see you tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday.